Merry Christmas, everybody. Today, we're going to answer a question we get quite often. What is the best gun for a junior to start with? And I think, in this cute little case, we have the answer. Guys, let's go. So the case is very similar to a Maruku standard actually. It is cardboard and not the sort of thing you want to keep. However, if you're a gun lover, you may well do that. It gives a little allocation of what the gun is. It is made of plastic and metal. Mostly plastic, as we'll find out. And is 1+1 shots. That's 2. Quick maths. Diddy pat pat boom. It is the Gonher Hunter. It's quite exciting. They do it in 2 variants. A side-by-side and an over and under. The side-by-side has a working top lever and I believe a working safety catch. The over and under does not. But being that this gun is for my son, obviously went for the over and under. The model 117. The Olympic 117. Isn't that cool? When you buy one of these, and we bought this for our boy for Christmas, you'll find out, from William Powell, you get a little William Powell slip, which is cool. But you have to make sure that people like Ant McClern and Bruce's Shooting and Westies Outdoors don't steal it for their guns, which are also a similar size. So before we start, we're going to make this gun slightly less ghastly with the use of a knife. I'm going to cut this sling off because who in the UK puts a sling on a shotgun? There are a few options and opportunities where I've wished that I'd had one, but they're so few and far between. Well, there you go. The sling swivels, I believe this is like a 2-part chassis glued into place, so trying to get them out would be a Dremel job, but I don't want to leave any sharp parts. There we go. Gun infinitely improved. Does gun customization devalue your gun? No. Sometimes it totally increases the value, aesthetic and monetary. So what do we got here? It's a very small training gun. Newsflash, this is not a real gun. Before I start, I should point out that this is loaded. I've been a very bad person. This is a training gun. It is so that your young child, boy or girl, can walk around with their gun broken over their arm, just like mummy and daddy. Practice gun safety, practice gun mount, practice everything. Apart from, I'm not even pulling the trigger. Apart from danger. My interest peaked, by the way, when I pulled these cartridges out. If they're not quite the same size as a 410, they're a little bit smaller than a 410. Ream that chamber out. So they're a little bit smaller than a 410. They come 2 with the gun. You can buy a spare packet of them so that you can have a go. And they're fired and run off of these. This is a bit of a new one for me, and I feel a bit guilty opening his present, but slightly before Christmas. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of finding out whether it's actually going to be any good or not, and whether he's allowed to do it in the house noise-wise, let's find out. So let's pull that out. There we go. So you get your caps, 100 shots, the cheapest 100 shots in the world. It's only going to get more expensive as he gets older. You get your cap, you put it on the end. Like this. You load your gun. And you cannot push them all the way in. That's not very good. And you close your gun. As it closes, there must be something inside the barrel that falls down and accepts the cartridge. The same thing if you open it fast, we'll eject them in a second. The over and under top lever and safety does not work, as I have said. You have to press the button on the side and the gun will open. So, let us begin. The first step, closing your gun correctly. Practicing your muzzle awareness. Second step, and I hope this is good. That wasn't very good. It smells like it went off. Well, that was that. That was mild and impressive, but it is smoking out the end of the cartridge, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's have a look over this gun. All right, I'm going to try it again quickly, actually, because that was underwhelming. Alright, so it locks up. I'm trying to think whether it's a good or bad thing that it is so quiet. I feel like the answer is it's got to be a good thing for my own sanity that it doesn't make a huge and obnoxious. Yeah, that made a slightly more normal sound. You have to pull the trigger 3 times, so it's basically a Boss trigger system with the secret third pull. Look, a very small amount of smoke. Alright, that was underwhelming, but what do you expect for 40 quid? Not a great deal. Not a great deal. Apart from a gun that we can train with. So, starting at the back, you have a hard plastic recoil plate. Luckily, this gun doesn't recoil at all, so it doesn't matter that this is not the case. But it looks like a large ventilated trap pad, which is why I believe this is called the Olympic gun, because it's supposed to look like a DT. You have a very nice stock styling and shaping, and a very nice grip. It is not hand checkered, unfortunately. It's a stamped style of checkering, but actually provides great grip, especially in wet weather on a shiny plastic stock. The plastic to plastic fit is acceptable, as you would expect, seeing as they're both probably injection molded to an exact form. So if they weren't, you'd be a little bit happy. However, that being the case, your fit around the headwork doesn't pass, really, does it? The actual material and engraving is inspired by Koffs. That was slander, and I take that back. That was a funny joke. And I don't want to go to court. Sportsman Gun Centre. You have a removable trunnion in the form of a Phillips head, a very easy tool. Beretta do it on an Allen key. These guys have chosen to do it on a Phillips and a flathead. Very nice. And this flathead is engraved in to fit around. You have a beautiful grouse game scene on one plate and the same beautiful Yes, they are the same, just one is finished bright and the other is finished satin, so that you can decide which beauty you want. It is CE marked, so it is proofed. That's good, it's proofed. Your locking system is not exciting, it is done just on a very simple push out of the way button in the bottom. And if you look through the bottom there, you have some metal. The forend is a Schnabel style, held on with 2 screws, so it's not a quick detachable forend as you'd expect on many modern guns. Sling swivel's fitted, and it comes with 2 extended chokes and a black bead sight. This is not one for night shooting. All in all, facetiousness apart, this is a wicked little tool. I'm really looking forward to seeing his face when he opens it and gets to march around the house like this and gets his first bollocking for bad gun handling, because that cannot come quickly enough. Merry Christmas, guys. I hope this one brings you loads of joy in a non-conventional sense. And for what it's worth, many filled and re-emptied glasses, because that'll make this a little bit more bearable. Guys, take care. And we'll see you for something a little bit more serious soon. Although seriously, for 40 quid, buy your kid one of these. You will not regret it. What a training tool. And you can get a side-by-side if you want to be classy, but who wants class anyway?